Dokebi, Dokebi, Dokebi. That's a funny name, Dokebi. I've been grinding Dokebis. Why? Because I need a hammer of blacksmith. At least one. To do the seal quest. To make a level 4 weapon. My ice pick. And yeah, it's pretty good. I'm about to level up. I already found some good stuff here. I found a Dokebi card. And a gold. And I didn't know Dokebis dropped so much good stuff. But yeah, there's 2 more good things I haven't found yet. The hammer of blacksmith. And the sword mace. The slotted sword mace. 1 slot. Now, it may be a long time before I ever make a character that will use the sword mace, but still, it's a cool, powerful mace. It's a good one to have. And I could even just sell it if I wanted to. But yeah, the gold is cool, because I'm going to want that for making hats. Mainly, I think Mistress Crown. If that uses a gold, if I'm remembering that right. But yeah, that's the main one I want that uses gold. There are others, but I'll just be happy for that one. I'll be happy with just that one. Because it gives 2 int and a bunch of SP. So it's a great item to just throw on. To bump up your SP regen. By 1 or 2. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. What stats do I want to get? I think I want to keep going strength. Cool, so next level I'll have a new strength bonus. I'm at 68 total now. Yeah, I'm surprised how much I'm enjoying this map. It's really fun on a low level Sin because it engages Cloak. Like leveling pretty much almost never does. And just everything about this map seems like it was almost designed for low level Sins. Which I'm sure it wasn't, but it's just kind of cool that it works out that way. Because the Dokebis are the main target. But there's some Ninetails, and those are too hard for low level Sin. But you can cloak to get away from them, and they can't see through cloak. I think they're brute race. And there's only like 2 or 3 of them, so it's pretty easy to just avoid them or flywing. See, there's one. There's also Greatest Generals. I really don't want to mess with those either. I could kill them without much difficulty, but they do magic. And that'll hurt. I mean, I can dodge it with hide, but I'm just not here for Greatest Generals. It's mainly what it is. Those are good for archers. They can shoot them from far away. But yeah, having the generals makes it kind of interesting too, because you gotta dodge them. I mean, you don't want to walk next to them if you don't have to, because they could just hit you or cast on you. Well, I don't know what you want to do. I don't want to walk next to them. But sometimes there's a Dokebi close to them, and you want to get the Dokebi, but you don't want to stand around waiting for it to walk away. So to save time, I just throw stones. That'll aggro it, and I can drag it away from the GG. Greatest General. And what's also even extra cool is that the Dokebis do see through cloak, because they're demon race. So, let's say you have Dokebis around Ninetails that you don't want to fight. you can hit the Dokebi with either just your basic attack or Stone Fling, cloak, and run away from the Ninetales, and the Dokebi will continue following you. It's perfect. The only thing that would make it more perfect is if they were fire property, because then I could enchant poison, boost my damage on them. But they're wind property. And they drop Dokebi horns, so you got some steady NPC loot. Your Zenny's going to steadily go up doing that. And yeah, mainly it's the 4 items. Let me show you. At monster, at MI, Dokebi. Dokebi card. It's a great card. It turns an armor into a wind armor. Wind property. Sword mace, hammer blacksmith, gold, all incredible. And rough Elunium. So you'll just get a steady flow of Elu. Which is another reason I'm here. I need to save up 50 rough Elu and rough Ori for the same quest. And Mighty Staff, what does that do? Aha! I don't know if that's any good, but hey, it might be fun to play with. Ever make a mage or something. And it's pretty easy to circulate this map. Let's go in circles. Pass through the middle once in a while. Oh, there's 1 minute for the Halloween event. Oh yeah, I need to spend my tokens, my tickets, before they remove the event. But maybe I should save them until after they remove the event. And just hope that they leave the reward NPC there for a while for people to turn their stuff in. Because if I wait, I might be able to get something better. Did I miss it? Aha! I must have missed it while I was on the character select. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm level 73 now. Here's my gear. I still haven't +5 of this darn Gladius. But that's okay. I'll do it when I have 55 rough Elu. Shows you where my priorities are at. I mean rough Ori. I guess I should farm the Ori at Sidewinders, because I've seen it drop from them pretty decent. And that'll be great experience for me too, with Grimtooth. And it'll be fun. You want to know a secret? I discovered Sidewinders before anybody else did. I mean, I discovered that it was good. At least on my server. I went there and messed around for no reason, because I liked the music. And I just stayed there for a long time. And I thought, this is such a cool place for an assassin, because they're snakes. Snakes do venom. Venom is kind of assassin's thing. Thematically, it was really cool. Also, it's kind of a desert. That also goes with assassin. And you can just mob them. You can mob them, and they'll never touch you. Not because you're flea, but because you can just walk faster than them, and the Wragglers are too slow. So it's a map that anybody can mob. You can do it on a level 1 novice. Very reliably and never get hit and never die. Not that you would or there's any reason to, it's just demonstrating the point. It's mobbing without a potion cost. Anyway, those are my gear. Here's my stats. It's 68 total strength, 88 total agi, 36 total dex. And yeah, I'm level 73, and it's about time for me to figure out my build. What my final build is going to be. And try to calculate that and decide. Because once I get this strength up in the 70s with my agi, that's going to be a good time to switch gears over to agi or dex or both. Or whatever else I want. Because there's some good reason to consider Vit and Int, but not luck with this build. And the dirty secret about crit sins is that if you want the strongest crit sin, you shouldn't get any luck either. You should try to get all your crit from gear. It's a way more efficient way to do it in terms of damage. There might be some merit to getting like 20 or less luck, but yeah. Generally best not to get any luck on a crit sin. You want to do the most damage. Because dex affects your crit damage. Like crits don't miss, and that's why crit sins don't get dex. But they didn't used to originally. But they do now because they learned that. Actually, you're going to need like 20 or 30 of it to get your damage up. And so that's when 60 and 70 luck builds died for crit sins. Now, as with anything, people still do it anyway. But yeah, most people are like, they saw the sense. They saw the light. Did the math, that is. But yeah, I've got 3 builds kind of sketched out on the calculator. And those are kind of what I'm pouring over right now. One is a 90 plus strength, 90 plus agi build. The other is like a 88 agi, 90 plus strength build. And it gets those 4 missing agi. I think it was 4. It's a difference between 88 and 92 base agi. And those 4 agi, I'm considering spending them in 18 base Vit to make it 20. So I think 20 total is a HP regen bonus, which actually doesn't matter because I won't be regening while I'm leveling. But it's just kind of cool to have it land on a nice even number. And a little bit of int to get me to a regen bonus. It's every 6 int. Gives you +1 SP regen. And then also every certain amount of max SP gives you a +1 SP regen bonus. But I forget how much that is. And that's why Mistress Crown is so good. I think it gives 2 int and 80 SP. So if you make your build so that those 2 int bump you to the next multiple of 6 total int. You'll get +1 regen for putting it on. SP regen. And then the 80 SP will give you another +1 SP regen. Either always or most of the time. Not sure. And since it's a hat, it's not very heavy. And since it's a crown, it's even less heavy. And so it's a good item to just carry around all the time. On a Sin or a Knight. So when you need to sit and regen SP, you just throw it on. But yeah, that's not a top priority. Top priority is definitely the weapons, the cards, armor. But that'll be a side gig if ever I need one. A side project. But yeah, all the builds I think are 94 base strength because it gets +6 from job levels. So that'll put me at 100 base strength, unbuffed. And then with buffs I can make it 110. And with buffs plus gear I can make it 120. And I'm expecting not to have enough strength gear to get +10 strength with just gear. Until I'm well into Assassin Cross, like a high level Synex. I'm assuming my levels are going to outpace my gear on this server because it's 1.5x rates. That's a pretty safe assumption. And because even on 1x rates, your levels outpace your gear. So those are the first two builds. It was get 90 plus strength and agi, or sacrifice some agi for a little bit of vit and int. Or the third one was, I don't remember, dang it. Here, let's go look at them right now. Sure, that'll be a thing we do. If you play this game, you're probably going to have to do it too. Or you're probably going to want to. Maybe not on your first character, but on your second one. After you realize how much time goes into each character. Here's the calc I was using. Let's see, Assassin. The first Assassin. And 94 strength, 86 agi, 52 dex. The way I got this build was I did strength first, and I put dex at like 30 or 40 something. And then I got agi to something that seemed reasonable, like 80s. And I had a bunch of points left over. I was like, whoa, I have enough points left over to get the next dex bonus. For 70 total dex. That's crazy. I would love to do that. But, yeah, let's see. I was playing with the triple Andre Gladius. Which, I need to reconsider. Maybe I shouldn't make that weapon first. Or ever. Might not be the best way to spend my time. Because if I am going to get an ice pick in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to want the main gotch first, not the Gladius. But anyway, yeah, I kept the gear really simple. I put in 2 Martyr's Leashes because those are easy to get or buy. And they're good. Each one gives an agi. I didn't put in any boots or muffler card. Just left the panty undershirt combo. Masquerade. It's an orc helmet. Yeah, it came out good. It's like 172. Oh wait, these are buffed. Let me take these off. 168 attack speed. Which I can probably get to 169 by turning these into brooches. And those are also pretty easy to get because they're not slotted. Just 2 agi on each one. Yeah, there's 169 attack speed, unbuffed. Dual wielding. But I could also do other things, like just change the orc helm to a ghost headband. What we used to call a GHB. Ghost bandana, that's it. Yeah, there it is. Crazy good flea. But yeah, it's kind of a shame not to get any vid on a Sin, because they actually have a pretty darn good HP modifier, where you get a lot of HP per vid. Not as good as a sortie or a knight, but still pretty good. Watch what happens when I get 18 plus 2 vid. It goes from 6,158 to 7,174. That's over 1,000 health, just for a tiny bit of it. And all I would have to do, drop my dex down to 42 instead of 52. Which is fine, because 52 is ridiculous. 42 I already consider the high end of what a Sin could make use of. What a Sin would need, really, to hit anything you would want to hit. And with that much dex, there's still some cracks, some things you can't hit, but there's almost not. And then 52 just closes all the cracks. You're like, okay, if you really want to go the extra mile, 50-something dex on a Sin is going to close all the cracks. And if there's anything left that you can't hit, you couldn't have hit it no matter what your build was, and you should just put mummy cards. It's going to be a more efficient way to hit things than continuing to add dex. Which was already kind of true at 40, in the 40s. So anyway, yeah, if I just drop dex down to the high but not extremely high end, I can get 18 vit and 1,000 more HP. And 18 vit worth of potion efficiency. That's nice. And a little bit of regen. And the main thing, a little bit of stun resist. Because one of my concerns was that one of the monsters I'm going to be fighting probably a lot is High Orc, and he stuns. Now, I'll be fleeing him, but you can't flee him all the time. So once in a while, I'm just going to get stunned. And when that starts happening at level 96 plus, it's going to really suck with 1 vit. Because I'm almost certainly going to die if I get stunned. So with this much vit, that gives me more staying power with 1,000 more HP. And a little bit of stun resist so that doesn't last so long. And so it wears off before I die. And then I can pop back up. But yeah, I might be wrong. Maybe with 1 vit I can totally survive a High Orc stun. Or even a couple High Orcs on me at the same time. But I kind of doubt it. Not without like a Rager card or something. Not without over upgraded armors. And like I said, I'm assuming a basic level of gear for this character. Very basic. But yeah, look. I'll also be able to get my int too, making it 6 total for that +1 SP regen. And I could probably go for more if I wanted. 8 plus 4 makes 12. Gets me to 7 regen. Just go crazy with it. Nah, there's no reason to. One of the maps I'm considering leveling on is Juperos, the Venetus, where I just mob them and Grimtooth them. Because I noticed on this server, I'll have to test it when I go to Sidewinders, but when you hide, when you have a mob and they're all stacked together and then you hide, they don't unstack. They all stay stacked for a moment. I thought that's amazing for Grimtooth. If that works the same way, Or if I didn't miss-see that, and that's actually how it works here. And it continues to work on other maps with other monsters. Yeah, Grimtooth leveling is going to be great because of it. Because when they're stacked, even though they are going to split up on their first move, their first idle movement, that gives me a moment to curse them with a curse arrow with Grimtooth. When they're cursed, they pretty much can't move. They move really slow. So yeah. That could be amazing! And if it's as amazing as I'm thinking it might be, then maybe it's actually going to be better to take these points in Vit, dump them, all into Int. Because Juperos Grimtooth leveling, or Grimtooth leveling anywhere, is going to be the place where SP Regen and Max SP really pays off. Vit might pay off there too, but I'm not so sure that it would or how. Just because I'm going to be fleeing them with 250 plus flee. And I'm going to be killing them in hide, so they can't attack me when I'm hidden. But anyway, let me put this back how I had it. It's 52 decks. And save it. And load assassin number 2. Oh yeah, this is the one I just built, basically. 18 Vit, 2 Int. The only downside is that this is calced at level 99. And it would suck to have to wait until level 99 to get this Int. Or my final Int or my final Agi. I'm certainly going to make sure that I don't have to wait long to get my final strength. Because I'm thinking about maxing that first, even before Agi. Or getting that finished first. And just leaving my Agi at 73 like it is now. Until strength is 94 base. And I'll be level 88 when that finishes. Or 80 something, high 80s. But I think it'll be worth it. Because I should be able to flee everything with the Agi I have. And hit everything. With the decks I have. Oh, this is calced with a Missy Crown too. That's how my Int is +6. It's only supposed to be +4. And the third assassin is pretty much pure strength Agi decks. But instead of going for the 52 decks, I went down to 42. Just put the rest of the points into Agi. So that'll boost my attack speed a little bit. Bring my flee up to even more ridiculous than it would have been. Which you might think is excessive. But one of the factors that is bigger than people estimate for leveling a Sin is the flee breaking. When you get 3 or more monsters on you, your flee starts to break. And so having excess flee makes it so you can tank beyond 3 monsters easier without getting hit so much. And so in a place like Ice Titans, where it can be pretty mobby, that really matters. Like sometimes there's going to be groups that are just too big, you've got to fly wing away. But when you have ridiculous flee like this, you don't have to fly wing away. You can just tank it while you kill them one at a time. It decreases the number of scenarios that you have to fly wing away from, and therefore increases the number of scenarios where you can stay and fight, and therefore increases your experience rate, because you're not spending as much time looking for a fight that you can handle. But yeah, obviously that only matters in aggro maps. Wouldn't matter in Turtle Island, for example. That's where the excess flee would be wasted. But honestly, that level of flee can be achieved without going this deep into Agi. If I just left it at 88 and went and got a Whisper card or something, that would do the trick. That would completely do the trick. One Whisper card. Anyway, those are the 3 builds I'm contemplating. Let's get back to the game. There's lots of places I want to go. I was looking at the list of fire monsters, because that's what's weak to poison. And I can enchant poison. And since there's no dual clienting on this server allowed, I can't just like make an Endow Sage. But if I can lean into enchant poison, that's kind of an Endow. Well, it's a self-endow, really. Not kind of, it actually is. It's just, I say kind of because poison doesn't have any strong strengths. I mean, when it's strong against an element, it's only a 25% damage boost, not the 50% you get normally. But it's still a big damage boost. And then when you put it on top of like carded weapons and stuff, you get great damage still. And it's something that I would have 100% of the time. I won't have to rely on someone else to come and endow me every 30 minutes. And so maybe I should lean into that. Especially since my playtime's kind of erratic. I would probably get the most bang for my buck from killing fire monsters, because they're weak to poison. And poison is what's always available to me. So yeah, cool fire monsters I want to fight. High Orc, obviously. Wu-Tan and Stone Shooter. Those are fire. Kahos and Magma, for sure. I used to grind that as a rogue. Get tons of Elu. And the big one, I think, is probably going to be goats. Those are fire. And they have tons of defense, which means they're super weak to Ice Pick. So an Ice Pick with a main gotch carded for goats, plus enchant poison. It's going to be really strong against goats. And something I can do all the time, just log in anytime. Enchant and kill my goats. And they're pretty good experience. They're only 300 less base experience than a High Orc. And I think it's probably worth it, because you don't have to deal with the other crap that you have to deal with whenever you do High Orcs. The only crap on the goats map you have to deal with is the harpies, but there's not many of them. They're easy to just dodge while you kill goats and then flying away. Whereas with the High Orcs, you got all kinds of stuff around you. You got Orc archers hitting you, and those are going to break your flea real fast because they got lots of hit. And they shoot from range. And you got Brylites and probably Draenleirs, I forget what else. Those are all good monsters in their own right, but when I'm grinding for 99, the more I can focus on the main entree, let's say. The monster who's the main entree for my base experience, the better off I'm going to be. That'll be easier to do at goats than High Orcs, I think. So maybe that's where I'll actually make more experience per hour at goats. Maybe that's the reason, compared to High Orcs. But I'll find out sometime in the far, far future. That's still a long way away. But yeah, I do think my points are going to go into enchant poison. Just to increase the duration on it. The less I've got to rebuff myself, the better. Because it'll save time a little bit, and it'll give me more chances to steal. So I can use that SP on steal. I also bought an Andre card for 300k or something. I was planning to put it into a Gladius, but I don't know yet anymore. I'll keep thinking about what weapon I want to make first. I might have to experiment a bit before I can decide. Maybe like go to Juperos and just Grimtooth something. I'm pretty sure though, I'm gonna want at least 2 weapon sets. One for single target leveling, like I'm doing now, and one for Grimtooth leveling. Because I don't know if Grimtooth leveling is gonna be my main thing, but I do know that I'm gonna want to try it. Hey, it's Sinadar's Merchant. But I think there's other places that are good for Grimtooth leveling besides Juperos. But I think Juperos was just kind of the cream of the crop. The creme de la creme. But it might have a really high gear requirement that I don't know about because I've never done it. So that's how I'll learn, by trying things in Juperos. Just visiting it and trying it. I got a hammer of blacksmith? When did I find that? That's it, guys. My work here is done. I got 3 minutes on this awake. I'll finish it off. Hey, sometimes you're just not paying attention to your loot, and you find the thing you were looking for. I won't say I love when that happens. I would rather like to know immediately. But I don't hate when that happens. I do not hate when that happens at all. Ninetail. Oh, he's asleep. Good, let's leave him asleep. And you know, Ninetails was another monster I was looking at. Because he's fire property. And, yeah, I'm definitely going to grind Ninetails. At some point in this assassin career. Because I've always wanted to. There's a map that's chock full of them. And they drop OBBs. Need I say more? Farming a monster that drops OBBs is kind of like farming all the monsters, because you can get all the loot from OBBs. It's kind of like every day is Christmas. Speaking of which, that's what I'm going to do after this awake. I'm going to go turn in my tickets, some OBBs, add them to the ones I already have, and open them. No, I won't open them. I'll save them for Christmas. That's only 2 months away. I can wait. See, my routine here is bring 255 reds, 2 awakes, stay for an hour, go back, do it again. I wonder how many hours I've done this for. I would guess like 10 maybe. Half hour to 45 minutes per day since I started it. Awesome! Now I don't know if the quest consumes the Hammer of Blacksmith. But if it does and I want to do it again, I'll just have to farm another one. It wasn't that hard. The maces, they could be a sword mace, but they're almost always 3-slotted clubs. NPC fodder. As you can see, I hardly use pots there anymore. It got too easy. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Card. So yeah, there's the Dokebi. Wind armor. Very good for War of Imperium. Actually, no it isn't. ACB's wind armor is very good for War of Imperium. Because it has a slot, you can put it unfrozen in it. That way you're wind element and unfrozen. There's the Andre I bought. Oh yeah! And I found the Poison Sport card on the Dokebi map. It's junk, I'll never use it, but there it is. I'm gonna need a lot more rough elu. Rough ori. So that's the next mission. Get these stones to 50. And then get this one to 55. So I can upgrade this gladius finally. 300k. 303k. I'm making it back. I'll be back to a mill in no time. Unless I come over here and buy a martyr's leash. Which I totally will. If they're like 100k. Hey, that fortune sword's even cheaper than the one I bought. It's the same shop. Huh. Hindsight is 2020. Poo-poo hat, 50k. I should totally get that, but beret just looks so much better. Hey, there's rough ori. I should buy that. 10k a reasonable price. You know what else I can do now that I'm in a sin? Angeling. I can farm angelings. Give me some angel wings. Because one day I'm gonna want the ears. Some kind of ears. And I'm not picky about which kind. I like both of them actually. Well, I don't see any martyr's leashes for sale. He's buying ori for 6k. Slot a ring for $500,000? That's really good. Mummy at 1.5. Goibni's armor. That's better than a pupa armor. Because it's the same HP, but... Well, no, actually. I think that's Pico card HP, isn't it? The same as a Pico card, but with 2 fit. Alright, let's do it this way. At who sell? Martyr's leash. Nobody is selling it now. Well, fine. I'll keep my zenny. You hear this? That's a cooking pot full of lima beans and butter. I'm stirring it. Because there's no time for cooking. There's no time for cooking. I have to make an ice pick. So let me just update you on everything that's happened since this morning. I checked the website and I saw that the 4th seal popped. So it's time to make level 4 weapons. And I don't want to miss it, because I don't know if, how long it's going to be till I can do it again, blah blah blah, yeah, you get it. Okay, so, right now I'm in a mad rush to get the rest of the rough elu I need. And then I need one more pure ori. And then I need Zenny to upgrade the fortune sword. And then I can do the quest, to get my ice pick. And, I don't think I'll be able to do it today, or tonight. 7 PM right now. But, yeah, I came way closer than I thought I would, because I went crazy selling stuff out of my storage. I went crazy buying overpriced rough ori, because I don't want to wait to farm it. It's going to take like a whole day off to get 50 of that. I only had 9 to start, so I had to buy 41 of them. At 10k each. To put that into perspective, a pure ori is 35k. So I overpaid by 15k per pure ori worth of our ori. But that's the only one that was selling, and they always do that. That's just economics, and I don't begrudge him for it. I would have done the same thing if I had that much to sell. But Yeah, I've got all the rough ori now. I just need the Elu. I think I need like 8 or 9. I need Zenny. I need Zenny to upgrade the Fortune Sword. Then it's a go. Yeah, I went crazy, man. I sold all kinds of cool stuff I was saving in storage for fun times later. I kept the OBBs, don't worry about that. But yeah, I sold the authoritative badges to the NPC. I sold 2 carat diamonds to the NPC. A little bit of like red, blue, and yellow gems. No, I kept the blue actually for the priest. The green lives, all the endow stones, I sold those to the NPC. The heal scrolls. Yeah, it got me pretty far. It got me like 9 stones away from being able to do this quest. And maybe like 100k Zenny for the Ori and upgrading it. The Fortune. Fortune Sword. See, I would stop and read the website to see how the seals work, because I think I read them once, but I don't remember the details. But I know it said something about like they work differently. They're like a more lenient or something. About how long they stay open and all. So they might just be open forever and I'm rushing for no reason. But I don't know if... It seems doubtful. It seems like way too lenient of a way to do it. But yeah, I could be wrong and just rushing for no reason. But that's okay. The faster I get that thing, the sooner I can relax. And go back to being casual. No, no. See, Cloak is amazing, dude. I forgot how good that is. To be able to just dip out of a hairy situation without having to totally flywing. But yeah, Ragnarok was all I could think about all day. I felt like a teenager again. I've got to get home and grind. I was doing Mantises and Argiopes. And that's decent Elu too. Getting like maybe 3 or 4 per hour. I don't know. Rough Elu, I mean. It's not actually that good, but kind of the best there is. I got 1 more rough Elu. I haven't checked if anybody's selling them, but yeah. I'll use the Zenny on that. If it feels like I have enough to buy some rough Ori. I mean rough Elu. And still be able to upgrade and a Kaffir warp around for the quests. I should be stealing from the skeletons. They're the ones that drop the rough Elu. I think Hodes give rough Elu too. But these just seem a little better. It's a 0.8 drop from these. It's over 1% from Argiopes. Those might actually be better, but they take pretty long to kill with daggers. Because they're large, and daggers lose 50% of their damage against large monsters. So I'm hitting them for 200s. My damage dropped so much, it felt nostalgic. I don't remember hitting a fly. But I guess the game knows better than I do. Dang it. Get off me, that's too many. I just popped in awake. I'm freaking burning through my red plots. It's fine. I overestimate how expensive awakes are. It just feels bad wasting them. Let's see. 43 rough Elu. What else can I sell? I actually even tried selling my Halloween tickets. Because I'd rather have the ice pick than the OBBs. Main gosh, get rid of it. Knife, get rid of it. Falchions, get rid of them. Javelin, get rid of it. Maces, yeah, just get rid of them. Easy to farm again. Wand. Yep, get rid of that. Slotted hats, yep, get rid of those. Sandals, yep. I already got rid of some of them, but let's just get rid of all of them. I got 7,000 Zinni. I'm so broke. Oh, I forgot to get the blue herbs. 45k. And down here, I'll buy my ore and stuff. My iron. Oh, he's buying cobwebs. I should save those then, instead of selling them to the NPC. Carvo. 40k for a carvo. I'll sell you all my carvo. I got 6 of them. Oh my gosh, that's a huge boost. 240k. That's gonna really help. Da da dum dum. 293k. Sweet. Who sells? Rough Elunium. Nobody. Literally nobody. Alright. But I can upgrade my fortune sword. I've just got to farm the rest of these Elu myself. That's the last step. Then I have to do the quest. That's the last step before the first step. Can a merchant wear this at level 33? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Let me just get on my guy. I just almost forgot something. Zinni! Here, let's just clear all that. Plus 100,000. Deposit. Weapon. Fortune. I need it to be plus 4, and then I need another Ori for the quest. But yeah, I can swing it now. After selling those carvo, that totally did the trick. To the safe limit. It's 80k for that. I wonder if I should just use it. It's weaker than the Gladius, but I do get the 20 PD. Okay, what else? I need another Ori. 35.5k. Okay then. Come over here, buy some pots. Go overweight with pots. I'll bring the fortune sword and give it a shot. I'll leave these stones, I don't need that many. I guess go back to Orc Dungeon? Yeah. I should have got fly wings, but there's a Kaffir over here. Let me try with the fortune. You think the biggest section of the 4 quarters of this map would be the easiest one to fly wing to. But yeah, it takes a lot. I think I spent like 12 fly wings to get in the bottom right, the quadrant, which is the biggest quadrant last time. I could even kill these, because they stay dead for a little while. It's 2 lucky dodges so far. These are such a nuisance. But yeah, with Fortune Sword, it might be worth it just to kill them. It seems very not worth it to kill them without the Fortune. Because they hit me like half the time, or some stupid number. For over 300 each. Hit. I'm just gonna try it. See if this map I get maybe more orc scale kills. If I just get these archers out of my way. That wasn't too bad. He only hit me twice. And my plan is to kind of ignore the Zen orcs as much as possible. Unless they steal my loot, then I'll kill them. Not like here, I just move over here. Now they're further away. Can pick up my loot. That's just one wing, I'll leave it. Come over here. It's kind of weird that instead of missing, I do ones on this server. But that's what the ones are, they're misses. But also I missed too, so I don't know what to think about this. See, there was a miss. I wonder if the misses are the monster doing a perfect dodge. Because that's when it would turn a 1 into a nothing. I don't think monsters do perfect dodge. They don't have that. Oh yes they do, they have lucky dodge. Yeah, if their luck is high. I don't know what it was yesterday, But when I came home and started grinding at Dokebi's, Argiope's maybe, wherever I was. Yeah, it was Argiope's. But before that, it was Dokebi's. That had been going on for 2 days, where it seemed like my double attack was just like 25% instead of 50. Where I would get these impossibly long failure streaks. Just all white damage for 10 hits in a row. You're like, wait a minute, that should almost never happen. But it keeps happening. Like if I flipped a coin 10 times, tried to get 10 something in a row, it would take hours. Literally hours. Bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. I don't know if I'm actually doing more damage, but I feel like I am. Well, that's right, it's +4 now, so it actually probably is more damage. Compared to the Gladius, I mean. Because the Gladius is not even +5 yet, so. Yeah, the Fortune might actually be more damage. Let's check. 321 plus 53, that's 374. Let me kill this thing first. Then take this off, put this on. That's 380. Okay, so I'm doing 6 less attack. I have 6 less attack with this, but 20 more PD. That's totally worth the trade-off. Completely worth it. And probably like 1 or 2 crit. And the 5 luck. Crits ignore damage, but double attack is almost always better than more damage than ignoring. Okay, let me start that over. Crits ignore defense, but double attack is almost always better than ignoring defense in terms of damage. So you might be concerned that adding crit will overwrite your double attacks, but it doesn't. That's just a fact about the game that nobody tells you, and you might wonder for the rest of your life, how does it work? And so I'm giving you the answer here. Skills override crits. There's a skill proc that would happen, and a crit proc that would happen at the same time. The crit does not happen, and the skill does. So that's double attack, triple attack, autocast effects like autocast Sonic Blow and just whatever, right? That's the loot I want to see. Look, I got a rough ori I don't need. I'm sure I'll use it eventually on that Gladius. Don't know where my Elus are, but I have a feeling I'm going to be going to Argiope's after this, because this is terrible. This 0.8 drop rate. The 1% was better. 1.75, yeah, no wonder. It's more than twice the drop rate. And the cobwebs, I can sell those to that guy. Although my Zenny problems are kind of solved now from selling those cargo. It's still going to be a better place to go than this. I shouldn't need green pots because they drop green herbs and I have detox, so I'll just keep one of those. Anyway, this is a good time for a little break. And I'll come back and close out the night with some Argiope grinding. And if I get lucky rough Elus, maybe I'll start the quests. And if I'm crazy, maybe I'll stay up late and finish it. We'll see. I should have staved at North Pront. Let me do that now. It's go time! Oh, the server's going down in like 52 minutes. But it's supposed to be like a 5 to 10 minute maintenance, so maybe it won't be a big deal. It's just another hitch in my plans, is all. In my ice pick plans. I was hoping to maybe get it tonight. I'll just rush the quest as fast as I humanly can as soon as I get these rough Elu, but Yeah, those extra 5 to 10 minutes are big, man. The real problem right now is finding these rough elu. But I'm in the right place. This is the Argiope map. The best one there is. Which is weird, because it used to be one south of here was the best Argiope map. But no, that's mostly just the spiders. This must be like a really late update. Oh, an update later than I'm used to. Which I already know it is. It's like the Muscovy update or something. Whatever patch we're in. I think that's the term. The terminology. The lexiconicon. The grammatirology. The map I was on before was like west and 2 north of Pront. Up in the mountains there. And I went there for the Mantises, but there's a sprinkling of Argiopes too. And I was just gonna hunt our elu like I'm doing here. Don't ask me why I'm killing a flora right now. But I thought I wasn't really strong enough for Argiopes, or well, that's not really it. It was actually I was gonna just hunt Mantises for the elu instead of Argiopes. And then I would just tolerate the Argiopes. Because that's the best Mantis map. But yeah, it turns out Argiopes drop rough elu better than the Mantises do. They take longer to kill, so not just you can't just compare the drop rates and say one's better. But I think even still, after accounting for the kill time, they're probably better. Just based on how it felt. Oh cool, there's a little bit of Argos here too. That's what these are called. The Spider Bros! But yeah, Mantis card, Argiope card, slot of boots. All good things. From this map and that map. I was thinking about Ice Pick and what other characters I would use it on. And I guess Knight is the first thing that came to mind. I thought maybe I could build a Knight around it. Just make him a one-hand Knight instead of a two-hand Knight. I think Ice Pick works for that. But then I thought, I don't know, there's a lot of cool two-handed weapons. Like legendary, mythical two-hand weapons that I want to try on a Knight. But yeah, I do plan to remake my Knight eventually. It'll probably be a different build, but probably heavier on Vit, lighter on Agi. I made him Agi on the other server because he was my main, my first character. And so an Agi character is the best way to start if you can. It's cheaper, it's faster, all that good stuff. But if you're already established, Vit's probably better. Vit's more gear dependent is the reason. And it's kind of obvious why, mechanically speaking, because if you're dodging hits, your gear doesn't matter. But if you're taking the hits, it matters more. This is so not working, it's hilarious. Haven't found a single rough elu yet. Venom dust. Yeah, that's how venom dust is supposed to be. Just a little 3x3 area. There's a rough elu. See, on the other server, I didn't mind so much the changes they made, because they were well thought out. Whether they were good or bad, they were at least well thought out. And it would just be like a unique twist on the game, you know, that I haven't played before. Sort of like a cover of an old favorite song. Like it's the same song, just a little different. It's a little variated. Historically, that's how songs were always supposed to be. I mean, that's how they always were. You could argue that's how they were supposed to be. They were like living things. They were never played the same way twice. Because it was impossible to do that. They didn't have recordings. Well, it was never played exactly the same way twice. There would be like these tiny little variations. Another rough elu. There might be hope after all. I got that one with steel, so I guess I should keep stealing. It's working. How many did I need? 8? 9? Another one! Okay, 5 or 6 more. I made the right choice grinding Dokebis for the elu. I had a choice. I was like, I can work towards the rough elu or the rough ori, but not really both at the same time. And I went with elu. And whether it was calculated or by luck, it turns out there's no rough elu to buy, and lots of rough ori to buy. But yeah, I started that like 2 weeks ago, when I started going to Dokebis. I'll tell you what though, this new focus on getting loot instead of levels has really slowed down my levels. And it'll pay off, because it's Ice Pick. It's probably the single most influential item that a Sin could get for leveling. Or really any melee class who can wield it. Single most powerful item. Outside of god items. I was even thinking, what if I just made another Sin or 2 to get more ice picks? Because I've only ever had a +4. It would be cool to have a slotted one. I wonder what the success rate is to slot them. I bet you it's really low, like 20% or 10. It's definitely going to be the hardest class of item to slot. I bet you. So that probably means 5 or 10%. I don't remember. It's one of those items that's like takes so much work to get that you know you're never really gonna have it. But it's nice to have have it as a goal, like a goal that you could. It's always there. You know you'll never run out of goals. Because there's always a slotted ice pick. And when you get that, there's always a +5 slotted ice pick. And when you get that, +6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. It's one of the beautiful features of the upgrade system in this game. It's the same with all your gear. Until you have +10 of everything, there's still more goals. And I don't think anyone's ever had +10 of everything. I've never seen it. I've seen people with all +7s and 1 or 2 +9s. It's about as high as it goes. As high as it realistically goes. Just think about how many +9s you'd have to break to get 1 +10. 9 or 10 of them? That's such a waste. A +9's already so hard to get. And 9 is all you need to enable the cards that need that. But yeah, that 1 extra defense would just be so cool to have. And it would be so pretty to wear. Anybody who looks at your gear is gonna, their jaw is gonna drop. They're gonna slobber. Like, what the heck? Is that a double-digit upgrade? Did I read that right? Bum 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 ba da bum. Hey, a 74 priest. He would be very disappointed with my damage. She. Oh yeah, I know that priest. I partied her. Probably even on my friend list. Nope. Bum ba da bum bum bum. In my guild? Nope. Piffle Puffs. What's the average level now? 71. Hey look. It used to be 75. I guess we recruited. Now I don't feel so bad. Yeah, I think the Jamadar would be better on these because they're large. It would be a lot better. If it was upgraded. But since it isn't, this is probably a little better or just the same as using the Jamadar. I would know I would hit like in the 200s with it. But it would be faster attack speed. So who knows what has superior DPS when it's upgraded. Okay, I found out I need 7 rough elu, and I have 6 now. So I only need 1 more. I have 41 red pots to make it happen. Or I have to go back to town and come all the way back. So far I'm off to a bad start. And then I can start the quest. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight, but I don't know how I'm going to sleep if I can't. See, it's better to walk out of this poison. So I don't have to waste SP on backslide and I can steal more. Come on, Argiope! Just 1 rough elu. Just 1 more. I'm seriously considering not getting Sonic Blow. I think level 10 Enchant Poison might be the smarter choice here on this server. Because I can't multi-client and that means I can't endow myself. So Enchant Poison is going to be my most reliable endow. Which is fine as long as I'm fighting stuff that's weak to poison. Namely fire monsters. Which can be fine. Because there's a few good fire monsters that you can 99 on. High orcs and goats, namely. But Ninetales too a little bit. But it depends how good that map is. See, in my memory, Ninetales are loaded. They're like 2 south, 1 west of Payon or something. Where the Edga lives. Or supposed to live, from my memory. But yeah, as you saw with this map, the monsters are all jumbled around from where I think they're supposed to be. This is some different patch that I didn't play for long. That's too many all at once! Now it's too many Mantis. Only got 11 pots to make this happen. Stupid Argiope. Rebooting in 10 minutes. Great. This is like the most dramatic it could possibly get. I'm gathering materials so I can start the quest to make the most powerful item in the game for me. Before it's no longer doable. I gotta be one of the first 100 people to do it. And I'm one item away. Literally one item away. With 11 red pots left. And the server's shutting down in 9 minutes. Now it'll come back up in like 10 minutes later, but still. This is like living out a script written by M. Night Shyamalan. Flywing! Flywing! Now isn't he known for plot twists? Isn't that his thing? I don't know who's known for drama. Steven Spielberg, maybe. I never knew much about directors. I know about as much about directors as I know about musicians. Yeah, I just wasted my pause. Dang it. Shouldn't have fought 3 at a time. I'm gonna have to come back for one rough elu. But if this script is any good, I'll get it at the last kill. The last kill that my health can tolerate. No. Honestly, green herbs is a better SP efficient way to cure the poison. Should have done that. This is all my fault in the end. It always is. Yellow herb, let's eat that. Blue herb? No, that's just crazy. Don't eat blue herbs. Now he's delirious. I still don't care about losing experience right now. That's the furthest thing from my mind. Come on. Are you it? Because I'm about out of health. I know how this story's supposed to end, but do you? Do you, Argiope? Nope. Green herb. That would have been funny if it came off a Mantis. Surprise! M. Night Shyamalan ending after all. Argiope. Stop that, you stubborn mule. Give me what I want. No, that's a bug leg. You have hundreds of those. Give me the thing you only have one of. And I don't mean your card. I guess a Zargon. I didn't think of Zargon. Dang it. You cheeky devil. Uh-oh, a friend. I don't know if I can separate these, honestly. I can. A bug leg. This is like torture. I can steal a bug leg. It's a 1.7 something % chance. So it should be like 1 out of 50-ish. There it is! No way! Steven Spielberg ending. I'll take it. Alright. Green herbs, go away. All this stuff, go away. We could put some pots on me. I'll probably need them. Awakes too. Bum bum. All the fly wings. Give me a few honey, why not? Couple more green pots. I don't know what I'm walking into. I'll regen and I'll go look at the quests before I get overweight here. God items quests. Seal of Mjolnir. From a Mjolnir, if you're me. This quest can only be completed if the Seal of Briss has opened. Yeah. Start the convo with Tiafli and Pront. Select accept the request. Okay, here we go. Where's he at? Over here? Yeah, he's right there. One of my ancestors supposedly was a servant of Thor. Still, I find it difficult to believe. If the gods have all these powers, how could a mere human be of any real assistance? What? He won't talk to me? There's no request? Did it close or something? Server's shutting down in like a minute. Maybe I gotta do Seal 3 before I can do this one. I don't know. Do you have to do Seal 1, 2, 3 to do 4? Huh. Nobody had time to answer. Okay, so here's the website. It says all the seals are available. I'm not sure what they mean by that. I assumed it meant you can do the quests. But I don't know. Maybe it just means 50 people did the Briss quest. And that made this one available? No, I don't know. That should be the same thing. Yeah, here it says, seals function as they traditionally have for god item creation. Once all seals are released, a guild master with access to a guild dungeon holding the required materials will be able to craft a god item. Afterward, the seals will reset. Unlike on official servers, players will never be locked out of seal quests after they reset. Once a seal quest becomes available, it will remain accessible to all characters, as long as they have completed the previous seal quests. Yeah, the wording makes it confusing. I'm not sure. When it says players will never be locked out of seal quests after they reset, I assume that means characters. Because the quests don't lock out players. They lock out characters, and it's character specific. Well, I mean, it depends if you've done the quest. I don't know. I'm confused. But yeah, it will remain accessible to all characters as long as they have completed the previous seal quests. So I do have to do all 4 of the quests before I can do this one. I'm understanding that right. Huh. Well, dang. This is going to take a long time to do all 4 of them. But maybe not. Maybe I could get it all done on my day off. I got the hard stuff for it. But that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do come Saturday. Let's see what else is on here. They rebalanced the tap system. The tap bonus is increased to 50% per tap, capped at 200, 4 taps. This change favors smaller parties, while keeping larger groups competitive. And here's a chart. The red chart is the official. And the blue is how it works here. EXP per player. Okay, so about 9 players is when it evens out. And then 10 players. So it's better to have parties of 9 or less. But it's best to have parties of 5 or less. Which you really don't want to go over 9 on this server. But if you do, it's not too big of a loss. Yeah, so it does favor smaller parties, like they said. It's a pretty big boost to small parties. And a very minor debuff to very, very big parties. And then it doesn't change really anything at all to just like average big parties. The 8 to 10 range. Master count. Guild Dungeon Warper. Costumes. Stylus. Name and gender change. That's cool. For a mill I can change my name if I really super want to. I'll never want to change my gender. That would just feel weird. Stat reset. If you're over level 70 and you pay 5 mil, you can reset your stats, but it sets you back to level 70. Dang. You reset your skills. When you're over job 40, it resets you back to job 40. It costs 5 mil. Or you can do both for 9 mil. Get a little 1 mil discount. Rebirth. This just reverts you to a 1-1 high novice. Your job is locked in. Yeah, that's like an extremely balanced way to do resets. As far as resets go. I would prefer no resets, but I guess that compromise seems to lean towards the no reset side of the compromise. It's like, on one extreme end, there's going to be people who want no resets. Those are me. And the other extreme end is they want resets to be cheap and very unrestricted and unpunishing. And so on that spectrum, these limitations definitely favor. They lean towards the no reset side for sure. Attribute point refund. 2 mil to refund 1 stat point. You can turn 99 strength into 98 strength if you spend 2 mil. That's pretty cool. So you wouldn't want to reset your whole build that way. It would cost hundreds of millions of zenny. But if you made one mistake, there's a way to fix it. 1 or 2 mistakes. So that's pretty cool. That's an option. But it is kind of expensive. As it should be. The solution is don't make mistakes. The drop beams. Yep, I've seen the red one for cards. I would not put a beam on bottles and trunks. But I guess I can if I wanted to. There might come a time when I want to. If there's something I'm hunting specifically. Daily Spotlight, 50% increased monster density. And this part I forgot, but it also makes them not fatigue. They'll chase you forever. Very cool. Clicking to pick up an item immediately interrupts an existing walk path or attack animation. Oh, that's cool. That's so subtle. Now that you mention it, I did notice that this server's really responsive to me picking up loot. Anyway, I'm going to sleep.
I'll pick this up tomorrow and the next day. Until then, so long.